Got a really amazing park spotlight for you guys here today. 4 themed areas, 6 roller coasters, and many rides and attractions. I would proclaim this to be a mega park because it is end to end to end to end. I mean, it is freaking massive. In the description, they say that this was made for Beneath Mini Park contest. Not sure what that is, but this is definitely not a mini park, and we will draw comparisons when we get in. This is definitely a massive park, and I like to bring you guys these mega parks, but the plus side is we're gonna have a pretty good frame rate, and that excites me here today. So let's get into it. Heyo, my Planet Coaster friends, Johnny5 Alive here, and welcome back to another episode of Park Spotlight. In today's episode, we're going to be looking at the Land of Legends, created by Rizzen, a master builder in this community. And here they say, in the 2000s, French investors decided to join forces to create a large theme park with the rides and coasters based on European tales and legends. Their goal was to build the French Fantasia Land. At first, the park had 2 main zones, the medieval city Valbergen and the village. Both provide rides, food, drinks based on medieval times in northeastern France. Near the Belgian border includes delicious beers, whose recipe has been secretly kept for centuries. 20 years later, the park has expanded and contains 2 more zones, obviously more based on magic and fantasy than on history, the Enchanted Hills and the Land of Dragons. The park is one of the few in the world to operate on its own carbon-free electricity from the hydroelectric dam and solar power plant. Wow! The ecological approach attracts more and more European investors, and more exciting zones should be added in the years to come. The Land of Legends has a bright future. Well, what if it's a really cloudy day? Are all the rides going to shut down? Well, this is actually really interesting. Maybe I'd like to know a little bit more about this because they said it was expanded on 20 years later, quote in the story. Maybe this did start as a mini park and then it grew into something more. Be really interesting to know, but we're going to go take a closer look at it. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Land of Legends. Do not mistake this for the Land of Legends from Galzo BTH. Interesting name choice there. You think that they would be aware that there is a Land of Legends already, but quite all right. We're going to do things a little bit differently because I want to talk about this before we get started, as you can see clearly that this is an end-to-end-to-end mega park. So much so that they had to use the scenario editor to build out. You can see this dotted line here. That is the borders of the park. And I guess with the scenario editor, it allows you to build outside of the borders of the park, and it continues to expand all the way out to here. But if we follow these borders, I mean, you could clearly see a drawn line of this is an end-to-end-to-end mega park. So I'm a little confused by this. If we go to our mini park borders, this is our year 1 mini park. This is our year 2 mini park. And they said that they did this park for a mini park contest. So whoever decided that this is a mini park is evil. Because they're like, yeah, it's small. It shouldn't take you that long. Build it. And we are getting 17 FPS looking at everything. So as we start to like go to the edges of the park and ride rides like this, we're going to get up to 25, 30 FPS. For me, this is a nice middle ground where this is a mega park that runs fairly well, all things considered. Yeah, I'm a little bit confused on this because it claims to be a mini park when it's clearly not. It goes end to end to end to end. And when you say mini park, I believe that they should run between 30 to 40 FPS, as we've seen from previous mini parks that have been featured on the show over the last few weeks. They run really smooth, where this isn't super smooth, but it's running. So we're gonna call this a mega park, in my opinion. Or at least a above standard park. But let's talk about the aesthetics. It's looking absolutely beautiful. They said there's 4 themed areas. It's got this medieval vibe going to it. and I'm really enjoying what I'm seeing here. Caught my attention. It's a newer submission in the inbox, just submitted really recently within the last week or something, so it's just a brand new creation. This is a 2023 brand new next level creation. Love to see it. Definitely caught my eyes. There's a lot of French fonts and things in here, so I'm not gonna attempt to read them, but here they are for you guys to read for yourselves. And what we have here is a broken down church or cathedral turned flat ride. Very interesting. Whoa, what is happening to me? Seat view. Yeah, so if this was for a contest, whoever set the parameters saying that it's a mini park is absolutely insane. If we ever do a mini park contest, 3 of you guys, I'll never make you do a park this big, because featuring them all is gonna be near on impossible. Yeah. I think the first time we did a mini park contest, we got like 180 submissions. Can you believe that? With a game that was at that time 5 years old. It just goes to show the level of interest that this community has for this game after all these years. And when you're looking at a creation like this here today, this being brand new, it goes to show that people are still building incredible, breathtaking theme parks up into this very, very moment. And if you are into this kind of stuff, I definitely recommend you join our Discord. We have a thriving, bumping community, and things go haywire when I launch a contest, which I might be doing here in the near future, in the very, very near future. So still working out some details and back and forth on whether I want to do that or something else, but we'll keep you guys guessing for now. So we got the Witch's Woods. I think that says Sorcerer. Maybe I should be doing the Witch's Wood at nighttime here. Go to the morning or the AM. Ooh. Witch's Wood. Got a gift shop here. I like the mannequins and stuff. That's cute. This park actually, you know what? It took me like 15-20 minutes to actually open it, because it was subscribing to so many of these custom objects, the Thememaker Toolkit. And just an FYI for those of you guys that are unaware, I've spoken about this in the past. These Thememaker Toolkit items, they generally only lend aid to these little shops because they have these little items and stuff. But they are very expensive. They will take a hit to your frame rate. I'm actually curious what my frame rate would be without downloading those custom objects. And the only thing that would suffer are the gift shops, which in my opinion, the gift shops are really not all that important, all things considered, compared to the rest of the park. You know, sometimes we only look at the gift shops momentarily unless they do something extravagant and different, which most of the time they don't. Yeah, I don't know if it's worth it, so I just want to let you guys know that maybe you're better off going without them, because we'd probably be getting a solid 40, 50 FPS on this without them. So here we go. We got a track length of 800 meters, a little bit of air time, 46 miles per hour. Nothing crazy on this wooden coaster here, but let's check it out. Okay, really interesting. I almost got like a little bit of a Wicker Man vibes from that. We tried to incorporate the witch and some flashing lights and all that. I think it's almost there. It definitely needs a little bit more nighttime lighting. You did a little bit, but it was just really dark for majority of the ride. With that said, I want to give this another opportunity. Let's check this out in track view or something. Just ride the wooden coaster for what it is and actually absorb the track and the surrounding environment. Yeah, track itself could definitely use a little bit more cleanup, a little bit more polish in the smoothing department on some of those banking turns and whatnot. But the ride itself, thematically, I see where you're going for. You're in the forest here. Wooden coaster is a pretty good choice for this. Definitely one of the harder coasters to actually theme is a wooden coaster, and also one of the harder coasters to light. So you're choosing to do it in a forest, which is at night, which is really dark. So all I can say is to add more of this kind of sacrificial stuff. I didn't really even get a good glimpse of that from the coaster, so maybe more torches and fires and things drawing your attention. I like the attempt of what you did with those like little indoor areas with the flashing lights, so maybe a little bit more of that. But majority of the ride at nighttime, which was your focus, was pretty dark, so maybe just a little bit more lighting and I think you're good. Not quite hitting it home on that one, but pretty good effort, I think. All right, let's go to the La Villa. La Villa. I really like this area. When I was getting the B-roll, I caught a few glimpses of things here, and it just made me smile, made me really happy. I love it. There's something about this that reminds me almost like an RTS game, like a Age of Empires or something like that. The thatched roofs just remind me of like the early builds that you're doing in those games, but also the color palette that goes along with it, as you saw with these umbrella tops and the buildings themselves. Got like a beigey light vibe going to it, almost like when you're picking your color in an RTS, you pick the yellow choice or whatever. Everything's got this kind of yellow vibe to it, and I like it. I don't know, I feel like I'm playing an RTS build. It's pretty awesome. I loved all the thatch buildings and stuff. Oh, cool. So the exit of the ride takes you to the gift shop / bathroom area, restrooms. So why don't we go check it out? One of the more rare coasters in Planet Coaster, the least used, is the steel inverted, suspended, I guess, suspended steel coaster. It doesn't get a lot of use. But again, like, I love the aesthetic of this. Look at this. We got the coaster going by. We got the chair swings. We got all these hay bales for all the feeding the animals, and a little of a petting farm or something going on there. It's pretty awesome. Little piggy there looking at us. The flying pig. Oh my goodness. Yeah, this is just crazy and fun, silly. It's making me smile. I love it. So, yeah, we'll go check out the suspended swinging coaster here. Hopefully get a soar like a flying pig. Oh, look at this. See, this is where I think TMTK, the thing is horrifying. The TMTK works to your favor, is adding these like subtle little hero items, I would say. You know, you normally don't have pigs and stuff in Planet Coaster. Oh my god. Is that a foot sticking out of there? Oh my god. Whoa. Hello. Camera glitch. Okay. This is the flying pig. There's a look at all the results if you'd like to see them. 700 meters in length, 32 meters is the biggest drop, and 60 miles per hour is going to be our average speed there. I think we want to do seats so we get that swing, right? Yeah, let's try this out. Wow! I freaking love that. That was a lot of fun. I thoroughly enjoyed that. You use the suspended steel coaster in a way to match your theme perfectly. Definitely felt like we were a soaring pig. We got really low to the ground, but there was like not too low. But then you incorporated a lot of near misses and stuff like that. So it was swinging by things, getting really close to certain objects. I love it. I felt like a flying pig. Beautiful fountains here for the little lake. Looking really nice. What's this? Joel? Jolie? I don't know what that says. Crazy colors going on here. Pinks and blues and yellows and greens. This is just bananas. Let's go on out to a new area of the park. See what's going on here. The Enchanted Hills. Completely different vibe just walking on in here. Got the purples and pinks. More crazy colors though, and that is one consistent running theme throughout this park is the usage of colors. A lot of colorful, vibrant, playful aspects to this park, and I like it. It's fun for the whole family, other than these people that are jammed into that door there. Okay, so I'm assuming this is a little bit of a crazy Magic Catz dark ride. With all the lights that we're passing by, I'm feeling like we should definitely check this one out at night. What are these crazy faces? Oh, I mean, the Magic Catz itself is horrifying. I much prefer to look at that, but you've actually done a good representation of the Magic Catz ride in basic shape form, which is actually kind of impressive. Yeah, I much prefer that one. Okay, let's check this out. Now, one thing I want to comment on, the park so far has had pretty good ambience. Everywhere we're going, it's bustling and vibing, but the actual rides themselves are left to be desired in terms of sound. And we had the witch screaming on the wooden coaster, but I still felt like there could have been a little bit more ambience building up to that. I think that might be detracting from the overall experience. It really goes to show how much audio can add to the immersion, the fun factor of rides themselves, and you get the feeling of that while we're walking through the park. I'm really having a lot of fun. Oh, I hear a little bit of something, so maybe I'll shut up now. I think that's just about it, just a few little sound effects there. The ambience that we are getting is coming from the surrounding rides and the surrounding park. So I guess that would be my one critique for this park overall. It's so fun, it's so playful, that it needs some fun and playful sounds going with it throughout these rides. But I think these rides are excellently crafted with great views and great perspectives. It's really well done so far. So a little bit of a shame we're missing that audio. And I did check, there was no custom audio, so I'm not missing anything there. Is this like a cat house? Looks kind of... We've got like a cat theme going on here. I'm really excited to go in that enchanted tower. There's a cat face for the building too. Oh my god, that's adorable. And it's wearing a little magic hat. The Magic Catz house. Incredible theming. It's super creative and super playful. You know, even these arches are like little cat ears. I see so much gone into this in terms of creativity that I haven't seen before. A cat house with it's a magic cat house, magic cat archways, and the fun basic shapes on the inside. I haven't seen that before. So super creative in terms of your theming. Love it. So I want to go up here because we have like a spinning coaster up there. I do feel like it's lacking a little bit of lighting compared to the ground level here. We got tons of lighting down here, but not up there. This is really neat. The Land of Dragons, we'll go there next. Looks like we have a queue here. The Wizard's Tower, yes please. We'll check this one out maybe at both day and night, just so we can compare the two, because I feel like this is... Oh, interesting. I was wondering... I wish this was an elevator. That would make so much more sense. But we don't have that feature in this game. Because it would just take us to the top. I was thinking that was going to be a long climb. Unfortunately, there's nothing really to look at in this drop tower. I wish the drop tower actually poked out of the top there, because I didn't even know it existed until we got here. It's completely hidden. You'll never see it. And if it poked out the top there, it would just give it a little bit more oomph. Hat's fantastic. Yeah, these gift shops are really nicely done. The TMTK. We got a little bit of a floating vase. We got a floater. Where are we going? I'm assuming this is the exit to the ride. You have a bit of a running theme there where the rides exit into shops, which I can appreciate. But how do we get up there? Oh. I'm assuming there's a lift back here. Merlin's Owl. This must be it. This must be the queue. No, this guy's walking backwards. This must take us to the queue. Here we go. The entrance. Yeah, I'll take the fast pass, thank you. Little owls here. Great use of the basic shapes yet again. I'm loving the creativity. All you poor people should have got the fast pass. Oh, even the house is like a little owl. I'm a big fan of this, and I haven't really seen this done ever, if at all. Yeah, where you're turning your boarding stations into the owl or the animals. We saw that with the Magic Catz, now the owl, and they're done really, really well. It's super creative. Okay, we have a spinning coaster here. We'll do both day and night for this. Why not? It's a bit... It says 500 meters in duration, but considering how high it goes up to that tower, I would have expected a lot more out of this. But, well, nonetheless, we'll check it out. I love it. I really like the concept of this. I feel like it's falling just a little, it's selling itself a little bit short. Is that how I want to say it? This ricketiness at the top is such a cool concept, how the track is all like deformed and rickety and rocking around. And I kind of wish we had more of that. You know, I wish it worked its way down the layers and the levels more. And I wish there was a bit more intricacies and complexity to this actual tower itself. I feel like you could have just kept adding more stuff to it, more stuff, and then that way it could take its time going down a little bit more. It just suddenly goes really fast, slams on the brakes, and then shoots us across the village. I like this concept of it shooting us over here and then really getting that spin going. That was a ton of fun. I just felt like up here we could have spent a little bit more time with that rickety rolling through here. I love the concept of this, and I wish it was just elevated a tad bit further. But again, the theming, the lighting, the look, the aesthetic, it's all just really well done. So I can't really critique it that much. Yeah, it left me wanting a little bit more. So we can get our photos here, and out we go to the gift shop. And also missing that kind of wonky, crazy music as well would have been a nice touch. All right, and then I believe our last area of the park would be the Land of the Dragons. I'll definitely make sure I double check to see if we forgot anything. The Land of the Dragons. I feel like this might be the biggest area of the park. There's a lot going on here. We got fire and ice. It's a bit of a Viking vibe to it. Like this little dragon awning. That's cool. And what do we have here? The Winged Menace. This would be for what appears to be a flat ride. Once it gets going, oh, it's getting going. We can give this a ride. I do love this flat ride. It's one of my favorite flat rides in the game, especially if you control the arc going over top of certain buildings and objects. You get a lot of near misses and really cool collisions, or near collisions. And it's just fun. The camera, woo, gives you a good little VR experience. Yeah, I like it. If the coaster happens to be passing by, you almost can touch hands with the people on the coaster. Really cool. I'm pretty curious to see what's going on over here. Ooh, love the colors here. Icy blues, whites, contrasting dark browns. The ice dragon. Everyone's got their little hats on. Little toques. And here we are. What do we have here? Typhoon Infinite. Green across the board. 700 meters in length. Let's jump on this one before... oh yeah, this is the one. We'll do seat view. Wowee, that one definitely didn't disappoint. Wild and crazy, super fun layout on that, crazy theming. Yeah, this is awesome. Very unique. Amazing. Wow, we got a really interesting contrast of stuff going on over here, because you got the ice behind us, and then we got the water, and then we have fire on the other side. All the elements right here. And this is the water dragon. So I guess we have a dragon for each of the elements, I take it. Yeah. Thank you. There's the water dragon right there, just sitting in the hot tub. And this would be our water Cascade coaster. What's the track length on this one? 600 meters. Pretty short coasters overall throughout this whole park, but that's okay. I think this one's actually just going up the lift, so we'll just go on this one. Short and sweet. I like it. I feel like there's a bit of a running theme here between like just missing that little bit of audio, and then the rides themselves seem to be, the rides feel like they're the size of rides that we would expect to see in a mini park. But to me, this isn't a mini park, and I guess we're dealing with that bit of an oxymoron debate of, is it a mini park, is it not a mini park? But some of the things are feeling pretty miniature at times, and they claimed it to be a mini park where it's definitely not, looking at the borders and how things stretch out. Oh wow, the coaster was going down through the dragon's mouth. But yeah, I feel like these could just go a little bit longer, you know, rather than 600 meters, which we see on average in the smallest of parks that we've ever been on. This park is definitely much larger, and it sprawls end to end to end. With that said, I would love to see these coasters hit at least 1,000 meters, because they are really fun and really thematic and really well designed. I feel like we should go with this one at nighttime. And then if they were a little bit longer, we're definitely going to need that audio as well. Because they are feeling a little bit lacking in the audio department. Whoa, it's a junior dragon. Did not expect that. I guess it makes sense, though, for a dragon coaster. So here we go, 300 meters in length, super short. This might be the shortest coaster in the whole park, but that's very sensible for a junior ride. Let's check it out. Wow, that is actually beautifully done for a kiddie coaster. We are right in there, fully themed the entire way through, looping in and around those little volcanic, what are they called, craters? I don't even know what you call those, geysers. Yeah, it's amazing. I love that. I love everything about that ride. And we're close enough to the speakers where we had audio. Get a good look at the other dragon across the way there. Really cool area of the park. I really love all of this. Let's just make sure we hit everything. And there are some things that we can look at from a bird's eye view. because there was talk about the dam here that powers everything. Everything is solar powered as well. So it's an eco-friendly theme park. Love to see it. Bit of a backstory there. Here's the witch's forest that we looked at. I love this little villa here with the flying pig. Something about it that is, like I said, reminds me of Age of Empires or something. Gone theme park. It's super cool. Enchanted Witch did some really cool, interesting things there. And yeah, definitely the biggest area of the park with the 3 coasters mixed in here for the dragon ride. Almost looks like this could be a go-kart circuit going through the middle, but that's actually the main road. I think a go-kart circuit could have worked pretty well in this park for sure, going in between all these different themed areas. Tons of realism as well throughout the back areas. You've incorporated the TMTK quite nicely throughout the park without going too crazy and overboard. But looking at everything in scope, it's thematically massive. Like, as I mentioned, this is end-to-end mega park. It 100% is not a mini park. I will argue that to the death of me. This is not a mini park. When we look at our previous contests, and I do this every time we get a small park, I measure compared to what we've done in the past, and this goes above and beyond. It's at least four of our old school mini parks. So yes, it's not end to end in the sense that like you can go back here, there's no rides back there, but it's still thematically end to end, and I think that's where it does start to feel like a mini park, as I mentioned, with the rides being so short. I think the longest coaster in the park was the wooden one at the back, and still only 700 meters in length. So not a single coaster goes over 1,000 meters, but you definitely have that sprawling landscape in that room. So the coasters tell you one thing, that they are going small, they're going miniature, but the park itself is telling you another. But what I can't deny is, while we traverse from area to area to area, it was next level theming. So it's mega park in the sense of big, bold themes, lots of details, lots of creativity, really fun, unique concepts throughout the builds, the boarding stations, the colors and designs gone into it all. And I think that's where we get a really fun experience overall. For me, I wish the coasters match that a little bit more. We have these big, massive themes. I would have loved to see just a little bit more length and audio to the coasters themselves. I feel like the one that impressed me the most, that I had the most fun on, was the flying pig. I really enjoyed that one. There wasn't like that wow factor compared to some of the mega parks that we see with their coasters, but the theming and the actual medieval kind of, this is all just fantasy. Everything here is fantasy, the land of legends. I think you definitely captured that. So I'm not disappointed at all. I feel like I came here expecting one thing and got something completely different, and that to me was a pleasant surprise. I think you did all the 4 different areas unique. You brought something different to the table, and you did it really, really well. So amazing mega park here today. What did you guys think of the land of legends? Throw your comments down below. I absolutely had a ton of fun. It was an amazing experience, and that's going to do it for me in today's episode of Park Spotlight. Thank you all so much for watching, and I hope you all have an awesome day. Bye now.